There's this idea that technology that's obsolete, it has a revolutionary energy because it's fallen outside of the market cycle. And so then it's valueless. It falls into the hands of artists and craftspeople and gets used for art making, and in that way becomes sort of innovative and it regains that energy. I want to say 15 years ago, I was interested in making small books that told stories that came from my sort of friends and neighbors. And so I, learned a modicum of design. I approached a small print shop and, begged materials and instruction. The print shop was pretty old school, which is how I got exposed to this older equipment, this obsolete equipment, letterpress. And I loved the hands-on and the rarity, the scarcity of this stuff. And so that sort of introduced me to the book arts. But it was all very human scale, and I think that's another thing I sort of keyed into is the fact that it was so operator-driven, right? So dependent on the discretion of the operator. And so it showed error. It showed sort of, the labor of the printing. And that's as opposed to, the perfect printing you get today, right? And I think, my customers are interested in that error, right? In that human touch. I suppose technically every print that I pull on these presses is different than the next. And, maybe in a subtle way, my clients see that, right? They appreciate that. There's a certain jankiness to the machines, and whether that comes from the operator or whether that comes from the fact that they're old, that can be exploited to some end, right? Like to get sort of salty texture to your field of color, or to get sort of a slightly misregistered print. A slightly misregistered print is something you'd find mimicked in digital design, right? A lot of these sorts of errors, a lot of these effects, they've ended up being sort of desirable and being sort of digitally imitated. Yeah. So this is the real thing, and I like that it sort of happens by chance, right? So from one print to the next, you're not exactly sure where the color will go. My favorite types of projects are probably those in which I get to collaborate with other artists. So for years I've invited illustrators to collaborate on art prints that we print here and then we sell through our shop and through retailers. I love doing that because, of course, I'm working with my heroes and they got a lot out of it, and my work looks better for printing such wonderful work. And working through the technical issues through the process of letterpress with them feels really rewarding to me. There's likely a backlash to the perfect printing we've managed to achieve, and that's enabled, this interest in letterpress. It's become my brand, right? It's become my reputation, even when I'm designing, right? And it's true that I know a lot about typography through, the practice of letterpress printing, and especially typography from that era. And I look at all the amazing things that new technology can do, and I'm kind of digging deeper into this sort of one mine, right? Hoping to sort of, get more from it, get more gold out of it.